No, forget it. Forget it. Let's just.
Yeah, we having technical difficulties. Technicians. All right. Let's start off by saying Barak Hashem, welcome to the live lesson. The name of this one is just basically the Day of Atonement. GMS Indianapolis. Dated. Oh, you got it? Okay. Dated September 12th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. And pretty much, we're just going to go in the spirit. Today is the Day of Atonement. You brothers and few sisters that do watch, what it's all about. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this thing. We went the wrong way.
There we go. Which is a serious day.
Very serious day.
You're
got
supposed to keep.
That's it. Now you got it. Go ahead.
I'm just putting it on too. So,
No, go ahead.
What you're supposed to keep, you got some guys talking about that you don't have to keep it, or they say they're making us use the word.
Doesn't say that we have to.
Yeah.
We can't drink water.
Yeah.
One dude back in the One West, he ate milk and cookies, right? And he said, well, they don't say you can't eat milk and cookies.
Wow. Yeah, that dude.
Well, first of all, look, you don't have to do nothing. Don't do it. Don't keep it.
Why you watching on video?
Exactly. You got all kind of stuff you can watch. Hey, you got the NOI, you got the Black Concert Community, you got the rap beats,
Yeah.
you got the verses, you got all that other stuff. Go watch that.
Short video.
I got you.
Short video.
This truth right here, this is serious business, man. We're coming into some serious times. So, you either get it together or you keep it moving. Do what you want. Hey, somebody get a Revelation 22, the one that says, he that is filthy. Yeah, get that one. And then somebody get 1 Corinthians 14, I think it's 30 or 39.
I got the Revelation.
You got
the Revelation.
Yeah.
Now this Revelation chapter 22 in verse, I'm moving straight to the point, or can I start at verse 11?
Yeah, you just go straight to it.
Kind of this is verse 11, it says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. It says, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
So if a dude don't want to comply, he wants to do whatever he wants to do, let him. Let him. He that is unjust, let him be unjust. Because the bottom line, why are you going to rack your brain trying to, bust some brain cells, trying to explain or crack your nugget, trying to, reason with this clown that obviously ain't going to get it. That's how you alleviate a lot of fucking headaches. Like the elder said, back in the days, if you can't get it, then let him go. Something along those lines. If he can't get it, then let him go.
We moving on.
We moving on. Hey, but Joshua said it best. As for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. Right there. Choose you this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. Y'all got it. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
So the one in 1 Corinthians 14 is either verse 30 or verse 39.
Okay.
You got it?
It says,
Yeah, good.
John 8 and 24.
It's 23.
Yeah, it says, and he said unto them, ye are from beneath, I am from above. Ye are of this world, I am not of this world.
And that's why I say you are from beneath. So when the word, that's why Yahweh said, you seek to kill me because my words have no place in you. That's right. So if the Lord's words don't have no place in you, then that means that, you're not going to get it.
He ain't dealing with you.
Right, he ain't dealing with you, bottom line. And how do you know, hey, the scripture said before you really, it's in the Apocrypha, before you commend somebody, you got to hear him out. Hear what he's saying.
Right.
Because by his words, you're going to know if this guy is a man of the Lord or if he's full of shit.
It says, I'm the judge of live by faith.
That's it.
It says, and I said therefore unto you, that ye shall die in your sins. For if ye believe not that I am he, ye shall die in your sins.
That's it.
Yeah. So if you're not obeying the gospel, hey, that's what you're gonna get. You know,
That's it.
you won't receive salvation. It's just that simple, man. You know? And really at this point we shouldn't even have to even fucking explain that these simple things, man. You know, but these guys, they come on your page like they on some level, man. You know, but they can even
Discern.
Yeah, this concern the damn surface level things, man. You know, but they on your page telling you what you should do, man.
And then you go on their page and they ain't got no works.
Empty as hell, just like their damn head, empty.
I got a precept, Matthew 15:14. It said, let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. And also, hey man, these people, man, the scripture also leave them alone, man. All right, we don't really got time like those apostles were saying. All right, put it back and forth, man. We said it once, we don't have to keep repeating. All right, if you want to keep hearing it, go watch a video. All right, but we're not going to keep saying it, man. All right, we said what we said, and we meant what we said. And we did it through the spirit power of Yahweh Shai. We came straight directly through the scriptures. All right, to tell you what they'll say to the Lord, man.
You know, they don't think nothing's going to happen because they don't really believe. They don't really believe in the word, man. So they just really talking to man. If they really believed in the judgment of Yahweh and Shai, man, they keep their goddamn mouth closed, man. You know, because when the Lord's man, when he released those death angels, man, hey man, he gonna turn it off in these last days, man. That's it. What's on here, man?
I got to do something like that. This is Sirach chapter 22 and verse 7. It says, whoso teacheth a fool is as one that glueth a potsherd together, as he that waketh one from a sound sleep. So here, if you know anything about pottery, once you have a vase or a plate or any type of cup that's what was the, well, I'm trying to think what's the material that they use. Clay or ceramic. Yeah, if it's ceramic, you can't glue those things back together. Matter of fact, you're better off just grinding it back into a dust and making it into a clay and making it all over again. If you try to glue it back together or taping it, it's just gonna fall apart. And that's the scriptures is related to you teaching a fool like that. It can't hold no water. He ain't gonna understand nothing you're talking about, and it's just gonna fall. It's gonna fall apart at the end. It says, and as one that waketh from a sound sleep, man, you know, just try to wake anybody up, you know, from a deep sleep. You know, they got crust in their eyes. You trying to tell them something important, they like, man, what you talking about?
The house on fire.
They're at the house on fire. They you know, they what they call it, in limbo mode, rocking back and forth. You know. It's verse 8. It said, I'm sorry.
No,
Verse 8 it says, he that telleth a tale to a fool speaketh to one in a slumber. When he has told his tale, he will say, what is this matter? You know, so man, like we were going into, man, you know, teaching you guys that you know, you're so base and your understanding is so minute. We're sitting here telling you deep things, not even necessarily deep things, but just, hey, listen, this is the day that we keep honoring to the Lord and everything. And y'all just take it and just make it something that's not even that, man. You know, the ignorant statements that y'all say from these comment boards, that's why I told Apostle Kabar, that, man, at this point, I don't even think we're reading the same book anymore. You know, some of the things y'all come up with, you know, it's sad, it's madness, man.
I got something real quick though. This is Proverbs 27 and 22 to go hand in hand with the scripture you just read. It says, though thou shouldest braid a fool in mortar among wheat with a pestle. You know, either pestle or is it mortar and pestle?
Yeah.
You know how you grind this shit? And then when you look at the word pestle, it says to repeat that same motion over and over again, which is unnecessary. Right, so it says, I'm going to read that. Though thou shouldest braid a fool in a mortar among wheat with a pestle, yet will not his foolishness depart from him. So no matter if, you know, you can grind this mother down with the understanding of, you know, you shouldn't do this, he still ain't going to get it. Because when you look up that word pestle, right, it's the word aylayah. It just means pestle, but then when you come down here, it says to strike with repeated blows. But it is not necessary to resort to this. Because basically, like I said, if you try to explain something to a fool, you know, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's in Proverbs,
Yeah, like the book of Timothy says, having an conscious seer, man.
Yeah.
So you can't get nothing through these books, man. You know, nothing.
I got to show you back over here. Let's see the double shot. And this is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18. It says, "But the path of the just."
So like, what y'all gonna do when we off there?
Mm-hmm.
What y'all niggas gonna do when we not on the internet? Yeah.
Deplete.
I'll say one day you might go on YouTube and every brother's page be fucking like that. They just might knock down every Hebrew Israelite page, man. Then what you gonna do? Some of you niggas, your lives, they fucking revolve around scoffing. The man of the Lord trying to feed off our energy, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Exactly. Here, man.
And the crazy thing about it, these experts, right? These 3 scripture knowing experts, right? The knowledge that they learned it from the same man that they're scoffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't come up with this. You didn't, one day wake up and this was revealed to you. You learned it from us through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem El Shai. And now you're trying to turn the tables and trying to use what we taught you against us.
Yeah. Yeah. My Lord, the day is
Ungrateful
coming.
mother.
I'm sorry.
Okay, good.
Ungrateful niggas, man. They them the same niggas that be like, the Lord, the land is coming. This is Proverbs 4 and 18. It says, "But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day." It says, the way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. You know, so they they don't know what they stumble. It's like a dog barking at cars that's going up the street and look through the window. They don't even know who they barking at. You know, if they jump in front of the car will plow them clean over. You know, but they just barking. You know, that's what these dudes are. They're like nuisance, like a fly that flies in your face because it knows is getting on your nerves, man. You know, but eventually, I be thinking that all the time. What's gonna happen when the famine of the word comes? And there ain't no more scoffing to do. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen then?
No, I want to back you up with what you just said. Proverbs 29:9. If a wise man contendeth with a foolish man, whether he rage or laugh, there is no rest.
There's no rest. There's no rest. At the end of it, you're just gonna have a wise man and a foolish man still. Ain't gonna be 2 wise men come out of that.
You're gonna have a headache. You're gonna get a headache.
Yeah.
You know, like you get so mad at somebody, and after a while you just get this headache. That's what you're gonna get. So that's why Elder Yaakov said, if a Jew can't get it, we're moving on.
It's a quote. You see a fool and a wise man talking. You see them arguing far off. You can't tell which one is the fool or the wise man.
That's it.
So you better off, just leaving that dude alone, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Answer not a fool according to his folly, at least you be like unto him.
This is Proverbs 17 and 11. An evil man seeketh only rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against her.
That's heavy, man. Read that again.
This Proverbs 17 and 11. An evil man seeketh only rebellion.
An evil man seeketh only rebellion. You know, like today, the Judite woman, she just likes to argue just to argue.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to reason with her, you're trying to tell her that, look, you're doing something wrong, and she just argues just to argue for the hell of it. Yeah, well, that's exactly what they are. Read that again.
This is Proverbs 17 and 11. An evil man seeketh only rebellion.
Right, he seeketh only rebellion. He ain't trying to hear, even if he knows what you're saying is right to help him, he don't want to hear that. He, exactly, he just wants to argue. That's why you got these guys, look, I want to debate you on this. Look, man, fuck your debate. All right? The Lord already gave us the way that it's supposed to be, and that's how it's going to be. If you can't get it, then we moving on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
It says, therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him.
Yeah, and look, who's that cruel messenger? Esau. They gonna get his ass. It's funny that before we left to go pick up some stuff, right? I was just going through my computer or the laptop, and I started pulling up a few things, which we're gonna still get to that other scripture. And I started looking at my favorites, and I started running to executive orders that's coming. You know, and it started giving me the ideas, of, how Jake is pretty much locked in with the legislation, in these executive orders through the 14th Amendment. So I got a couple of things we, may go over if the Spirit allows. And these are the things that's going to come upon these individuals that don't listen. Because the Lord said, I will go and return to my place if they acknowledge their offense. In their affliction, they will seek me early. But for a lot of them, it's going to be late. Too late.
He also said, "Recruited him to see if he
And hide themselves.
They're not hiding themselves. How you hiding yourself? Do the word of the heavenly Father.
Yeah, and they can't hide if they don't know what they're hiding from.
Yeah.
Here it is, the truth is right in your face. But you can't even see it. You're too stupid to see it. Or really, not just so much stupid, you're just blind. And your whole thing is as long as you win the argument, then you're satisfied. All right, you got it. Yeah, you got it. You want to win? You got it. It's cool. You got it. You got that. But when the time comes, you're going to realize that's what the scriptures say. And when the time comes, then shall they know that the prophet has been among them. But let's get that one precept we got, and y'all brothers, whatever y'all got, then if like I said, the Spirit allows for this to come out, we're going to.
Con, it's the 1 Corinthians 14 and 28 or 38 pardon. It says, but if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant.
That's it. So if a man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Look, don't waste your time on the meathead. Don't waste your time on a meathead. A meat puppet. You're wasting your time. Don't waste your time on a zombie. That should be a series. Don't waste your time on a zombie. Because you're just you're gonna get a headache, or you're gonna get into a fight. Hey, what does scripture say? Cast out that pearl before swine. He should turn around and rent you. Because all they're gonna do is trample it under his feet.
Yeah.
So once you perceive out of his mouth that this is not a wise man, this person is not a part of the elect, move on.
Yeah. Fuck the debating time is over. You've seen that all in 07, 08. It's death time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's time for the Lord to start killing people, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, that debating spirit is going, man, that shit is over. All the prophecies is happening, man.
Yeah.
And you got these dumbasses, man. I was watching the video. I seen a glimpse of this nigga Sarnetta, right? The Bible on trial. Nigga, how's the Bible on trial? And everything is happening. What's in the fucking Bible, man? It's in the Bible. Yeah, the blessed.
I know, you get mad, you get mad.
What's wrong with you dudes, man?
Yeah.
Fucking canheads.
No, first of all, Kevin is on trial. No, because Jeeves ain't no trial. It's an inside joke. Jeeves ain't no trial. Y'all got it.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 26, verse 4. It says, answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him.
Yeah. And you'll be a fool like him. Like, cause I don't know who said it. If you see a wise man and a fool arguing from a distance, you don't know who's the wise man and who's the fool. And that's true. Because you're thinking these guys are engaging in some deep conversation. I wonder what they're talking about. But they don't understand that it's a contention going on because one man is wise, the other man is a fool. It don't mix. It's like oil and water. This is why you got the parable of the 10 virgins. 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. What happened to the foolish? The foolish didn't prepare. So when the time comes for them to be able to light their lamps, they couldn't light their lamps because they didn't take the time to put any oil in their lamps. Which pretty much means that they was blinded. They weren't given the oil. And what did the wise say? They didn't argue with them. They said, no, we can't give you our oil. At least we don't have enough. Go to the sellers and buy.
It says, answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit.
Right, so sometimes you'll go into it, because if not, then he'll be wise in his own conceit. But you're not going to sit there and argue with this guy for hours. Look, we did that in the past. Y'all don't know the hours at camp we spent arguing with these Christians back and forth. They saying their things, we cutting them with the scriptures back and forth for hours.
More,
yeah,
the
more
niggas, like going back and forth with these dudes, man.
Yeah,
then getting into fights with them.
Yeah.
Police being called.
Yeah,
man.
Mormons.
Yeah, Mormons.
Yeah, bring it out.
This is you know, this is Proverbs 23 and we start verse 9. It says, speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. And that's what you see. They hate these words. Why? Because it takes them out their comfort zone. All right, they be telling them, hey, you can't do this and you can't do that, or thus said this and thus said that, and they don't want to hear it because it takes because they're really accused of it. All right, deep down they've been cut. All right, that's why the scripture say the sword is
Word of the Lord is quick and
yeah,
powerful.
that's it. That's the one. Salaki, I'm losing my.
And sharp
Hebrews 4:12.
All right, that Hebrews 4:12, man.
Yeah.
All right, because of what? That lets you know who you really are. So they getting cut through the scriptures and they don't want to hear it, man.
Yeah.
So they'll do anything to say, no, I don't say that, or it's not saying this. Why to cater to their lifestyle, so to speak.
And you
All
might
right.
be losing your thoughts, but the Spirit got your back.
Yeah, that's how it be when you fast and your mind don't work as quick.
All right, so who got something?
I got one more.
Bring it out.
Sirach 15, and I start from 6. And it's talking about wisdom. He shall find joy in a crown of gladness. She shall cause him to inherit everlasting name.
Mm.
But foolish man shall not obtain her. Sinners shall not see her. You see? So they can't get this, man.
Right. Oh, wisdom entered not into
Yeah,
malicious
malicious
soul.
soul, right?
Yeah.
It says, for she is far from pride, and man that are liars cannot remember her.
Damn.
All right.
We sound like a
Praise,
bunch of business.
which no, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there.
Damn.
You know?
Oh, but that's so I continue. Bible, wish I could read the last verse. License to sin.
Okay. Verse 20. He have commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man license to sin.
See, we started off, the guy. We ain't gotta keep the deal with Atonement. Wait a minute.
Right.
No, you ain't got to keep
Yeah,
it.
you ain't gotta keep it.
Hey, because when you go back to Leviticus 16, I believe it is, it says that this is an ordinance forever.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, so even in the kingdom of heaven, we'll observe it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You
right.
know, because it's something, and just like we're gonna observe the deliverance from Egypt in the kingdom, but it's gonna take a back seat. It's not gonna be as prevalent as the new deliverance. You know, but we're still gonna observe it because it's still a great deliverance. It's still a great thing that happened.
Well, let's say heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not.
Yep.
I kind of mangled it. But
Yeah.
the word of the Heavenly Father it's not going to become exempt. You know.
Yeah. Because it's always gonna be written forever. It's gonna be always there. It's always gonna be, because you're gonna when we speak about it, hold the Sabbath service and all that. Still gonna be reading the scriptures. Still gonna be bringing out about Sodom and Gomorrah. But in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be reading about America, Babylon the Great, like we read about Sodom and Gomorrah right now in the scriptures, how it was destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you're going to have the new acts of the apostles, the men of the Lord today, the works that they doing that's going to follow them into the kingdom of heaven. You know, is there more than that?
That was it.
Anybody got anything?
I got one. It's a banger too now.
We finna get
Daniel.
deep. Let me get Jeremiah 14 and 2. Inside joke.
It's Daniel 12 and 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. A lot of men are going from these works that we're doing. A lot of men are going to come into righteousness. They're gonna be purified and they're gonna be cleansed, and they're gonna be and then they're gonna be tried and they're gonna endure the trials. It says, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. But the wise shall understand.
Yeah, these dudes that come on the comment board, they don't even know why they even on the comment board talking crap, man. It's because they actually feeling that right there. They don't know why hey, some of them they probably going to come on the comment board. All right, but the spirits jump on them and make them come on the comment board and talk crap.
Oh, remember Judas Iscariot, right?
Right.
What it said?
Satan entered into
Yeah.
Satan entered into him. So he wanted to go do what he did. That when Yahushua saw that, because Yahushua was a wise man, is a wise man. And when he saw that, he said, "That which shall do it, don't do it
Yeah.
quickly."
Did you say that dude was cast out?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
from
see,
Chicago.
there you go. See? You got them Judas Iscariot, man.
He's in that Judas Iscariot. All right, so what else we got? Oh, yeah, you were done with that, Elder D-Man?
No, that's it.
All right, so because you reject knowledge, the Lord's going to reject you. Because you don't take heed to the warnings. What it says, the wise, yeah, brothers support it, the wise man, prudent man, to see if the evil one hides himself, but the foolish go on and are what? Punished. So you're gonna be punished because you don't see the signs that the Lord is showing you through the mouth of his prophets, because you're looking at it as a man telling you these things. You know? He that despises not the Most High, but, I'm sorry, he that despises not man, but the Most High who sent us. You know, so the Lord is the one that sent us. Right? So what you have to understand is that this system, which is heading towards a new agenda, to their agenda, which is the New World Order, is based upon legislation, it's based upon an agenda that they have. And this agenda that they have, that these corporations have paid these governmental agencies to push, they have clauses, sub-laws, and laws, and statutes all in place to, when the time comes, enact these laws, that if you go against these laws, just like if you get caught speeding, or if you get caught, you know, shooting somebody, if you get caught robbing or whatever the case may be, you get locked up. That's what's going to happen in the near future. And because you didn't make the Lord your refuge, if you didn't make Yahweh Hashem Yahushua your refuge, you didn't make this word the stability of your times, then when that time comes, you're going to be left out there naked, without anything to help you. You're not going to have the help that the men of the elect, the men, women, and children of the elect are going to have. You're not going to have that shade. You're not going to have that shelter. You're not going to have that backing, that invisible force field that's going to be around you to protect you from these times that are coming. You know, if y'all got any precepts.
But that's why it's written on work out our own soul salvation. Right? With fear and trembling. You messing with us, you come against us, man. And you're supposed to be, you know, working out your own thing, you know. Whatever, you know, building up this spirit for these evil days. But yet you fucking with us, you know. We don't hear that.
Job 5:19 says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Like the apostle said, they got all this legislation. You know, they got it, it's already set up. They just got it enacted. And it says, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. So you're gonna basically have that hedge, that Psalm 91. You're gonna dwell within the secret place, the shadow of the Most High. So everything like the elder Monster brought out earlier, we're gonna be tried. The Lord gonna allow us to go through certain things, all right? Because what? If thou be as a friend, prove it. So you know you're gonna have to go through that ultimate trial. But Yahweh said, "What? You have kept the word of my patience, therefore I will keep you from our temptation." So, hey, keeping the day of atonement is part of keeping the word of his patience. So we keeping his word in the hope that he gonna keep us when the evil day comes.
That's right. But you said from the scourge of the tongue, right?
Tongue.
Yeah, I just got one quick one other thing.
You got it.
This is Psalm 64:3. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And those bitter words come in the form of legislation. Because legislation before it's law, it's a bill. And what gives it the teeth when it becomes law? When they enact it, when Congress enacts it, then it becomes law. That's when it gets its teeth. Once it's in there, they can add the provisions that they want. Because when you look at these different laws that Esau puts up, they're all ambiguous. Ambiguous means that they're two-sided. They're open-ended. Bylaws. They're open to interpretation.
Gray.
Right. So it's never definitive because they don't want it to be definitive. Because they want to have it as ambiguous and as open as possible so that they can interpret it as they need to, depending on the time that they need to use it. It's already in the books. What you have in the
I was holding this in
Bring it out.
1 Thessalonians 5:2. It says,
Read IT.
"For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." So, hey, you were talking about how the things are written into legislation, they have teeth, but a lot of laws that are written to legislation, we haven't seen the bite. We haven't felt the bite of them because they haven't unleashed them on the populace yet. Right? So when they start enacting these laws, no, it's right here in the law. Because we've noticed a lot of laws that have been passed, like the law to detain you indefinitely without
Yeah.
trial. That law passed years ago.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
You know?
Yeah. The NDAA.
Mm-hmm.
No. Hey,
Rex 84.
Rex 84. Hey, when them laws start biting you, you ain't gonna be able to hit it with an empty wine bottle to knock it away.
Right.
Defend yourself.
Right.
Oh, shit. Yeah, when I'm
When their laws start, the teeth start biting you, you ain't gonna be able to defend yourself with an empty wine bottle.
You last made me think of those dogs, 24 dogs.
Oh yeah, I did a lesson on the 24 dogs. The lady that did about 24 Great Danes.
And another thing too, and we're not gonna be victim either. You know, all the stuff that's gonna be happening is going to happen to our people. And we're not gonna, as the scripture says, who will get your trauma is bitten by a snake. You know? So we know the snake being Esau, you know, you people that don't adhere to what we're saying, you know, make yourself prudent, prepare yourself, then, you know, we're not gonna pick it. You know, we're gonna look at you like, no, that's exactly what you did. You know, you trusted this man, you thought he was gonna be for your benefit. But like Isaiah the 36th chapter said what? But that was a broken reed. You know, you chose to trust in the system. You chose to think that everything was cool. You know, so because of that, you bitten and you got what you deserve. You know.
Yeah. Hey, I remember before Biden got in office. Yeah. Bitten and smitten. Hey, before he got in office, Elder Yashawamba prophesied in the group. He said, wait till this nigga get in office. He said niggas gonna be praying for Trump to get back in office. And now you see all kind of niggas making Trump rap songs and
Niggas for Trump.
you know, they prophesied that, man.
But really, if Trump gets back in, it ain't gonna change nothing.
No.
You see that handshake that him and Kamala had? She had her thumb off the side of his hand, on the top, and then he had his middle finger on her wrist. You know? I think it's on my phone. I mean, Elder D, you know that?
Yeah, you might try to, trick the
Oh, you got
I'll pull it up right here.
You know, if he do get in, but hell, once he get, if he get in, you know, he gonna do the same shit. You know?
Yeah. So I was going to read this real quick unless y'all got something.
I have something based on what you just
Not
said.
bad, bring it out.
Pro-
The scriptures Trump
Yeah, Proverbs 6 and starting at 12. It says, a naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. They got those little, little inside little things. So they all,
What they sounded hand gestures.
yeah.
You know, and it's funny because I was just looking through the Codex Magica. Because the Elder Napa, he had it, so brothers got it. You know, and I was looking through the different Masonic handshakes. Because you got hand signs and you got handshakes. Is that it? Yeah, yep. That's a different angle, but yeah. Don't nobody shake hands like that. When you shake hands, your thumb usually goes around like that.
Yeah.
You know? The way that they got it, the way that they got it is that shit is uncomfortable. And then he got his finger, the index finger on her wrist. Right, like that, and then but the thumb goes long ways. No, right on top, right on here.
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
Right, go right there.
Yeah, sure, my friend. Yeah.
So you got that's something you got to make now. But that doesn't see it real quick.
Fucking thumb wrestling and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
See his finger in her
Yeah.
her wrist.
Okay.
Don't nobody shake hands like
See
that.
one time, people.
So this is it's a plan. It's an agenda. And guess what? They're both playing for the same team. They're both on the same side. They're just playing opposites. But what you got something called controlled opposition. So now it says the executive order, a presidential power not designated by the Constitution. It says, you brothers can type that in. Type in by Harry V. Martin with research assistance from David Call, C-A-U-L. This is dated back in 1995, it's copyrighted. So I'm just gonna jump down to the new dangers section. It says the presidential executive order, whether constitutional or not, becomes law simply by its publication in Federal Registry. That's why Meyer Amschel Bauer said, what? You know, give me control of the nation's money and I care not who makes the laws. Somebody hold to Isaiah 10. It says Congress is by this, so it says as long as it's in Federal Registry, Congress is bypassed. So now an executive order, when there's a so-called state of emergency, that's when the president will invoke these executive orders. And the executive orders, I believe there was something written, I can't think of it right now, to where once they declare martial law, they have up to 6 months where nothing else can get in the way of that. Right, I can't think.
I think it's a year or 6 months.
Either 6 months or a year or something like that, you know? I forget, there's either a law or something that's a stipulation that says once they declare a state of emergency, it can't be reviewed by Congress for at least 6 months. You know? So it says Congress is bypassed. Here are just a few executive orders that would suspend the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. These executive orders have been on record for nearly 30 years. So they've pretty much been laying dormant for the right moment. See? Just like you had the Subversion Act of 1950, which was in that movie, It's Spook Who Sat by the Door. You know, you had Rex 84, we were talking about earlier. You have Project Megiddo. All of these different legislations and laws, bylaws, sub-laws, terms that they put out there to use in the time of a major crisis. That's why Rahm Emanuel said what he said, you can't let a good crisis go to waste. Right? So it says, and could be enacted by the stroke of a presidential pen. It says Executive Order 10990 allows the government to take over all modes of transportation and control of highways and seaports. Where the fuck you gonna go when all hell breaks loose? They're gonna have control of everywhere you got to go out. And guess what? Everybody's gonna have the same idea you got. Like you have the brand new, I'm gonna go down Boulevard Road and I'm gonna jump on whatever and I'm gonna get out of here.
And then St. Bill, which I think that's similar to Rex, right? Where they're gonna confiscate everything.
Oh, it's gonna go.
Confiscate your,
No, go ahead.
They're gonna confiscate your cars, your farmland, make you work for free. They're gonna just various things, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they're gonna ration out food and all that.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, take you. They go. You know,
Why do you think there's a law, right? I don't know exactly what it is, but there's a law that is punishable by penalties. I don't know if it's jail time, fine or both, that you can't hoard more than a month's worth of food or something. You know? That you will be prosecuted if they find out that you have more than a certain amount of food in your crib.
Certain amount of gold.
Certain amount of gold, certain amount of silver. And that's why, you know, they say that the average supermarket out there has about 3 days worth of goods, of resources, right? But if an emergency happens, within an hour or two, all that shit's gonna be gone.
Yep.
Or you might be lucky if you find toilet paper, you know, or you find, as Ephraim says, a paper toilet, you know, some toothbrush and toothpaste or something like that. But you ain't gonna find no food.
Preach that real quick.
Bring it up.
Therefore rejoice ye, Revelation 7:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time.
And that's why they're pushing this thing fast, because they had the year 2000 was an agenda. You know, Agenda 2020, I believe it was. Right? They came to 2020. They're supposed to have Agenda 2030, but they want to move it up to 2025. Why is that? Because they're pushing for this thing. The sooner they can get it off the ground, the better for them. But what did the Lord say? When they about to fill their belly, the Lord will cast the wrath of his fury upon them.
Straight through, so harm both.
That's it. Bam. And the same blessing that Yahushua gave these devils to rule is the same blessing that they're going to be destroyed by. How about that for irony?
Right.
So it says, Executive Order 10995 allows the government to seize and control the communications media. So you ain't gonna be able to, call anybody. Your smartphone ain't gonna work. Any form of communication. You ain't gonna be able to Skype or FaceTime.
Like the movie,
Marco Polo.
like the movie,
WhatsApp. Leave the world behind.
Yeah, like leave the world behind.
Yeah.
They attack. I think the communication was the first thing they got hit.
Yeah.
Everybody was just scrambling just off that alone. I don't think everything. I think it was all in stages, but the communication was the first thing. Just because of that act, everything else just went, haywire.
Because they don't want anybody to be in communication. Because you might be in communication with somebody that might be in the area of something going on. They'll be able to report to you,
Right.
and you'll be able to report to others what's really going on. Like they're doing right now on social media.
Right.
Yep.
They don't want that.
Right. That's
It's-
why. Sorry.
Okay, no, go ahead.
I said that's why Jacob Rothschild said the internet should have never been invented.
Yeah, that was Jay Rockefeller.
J. Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Oh, even with that damn debate thing, right? Because the thing that's going on in Ohio, right? Well, Trump brought it up, and they what you call that?
Fact check.
Fact checked it.
Yep.
Right then and there. You know what I'm saying? But it's all over the damn internet.
Yeah. It's pretty much it's demonizing Levi. Because they're not eating no goddamn cats. I didn't believe that. But they are tearing them goddamn cars up though. They're tearing them. I mean, I seen videos of cars being turned over and down in ditches and crashing. Oh, they tearing shit up over there. But as far as eating cats, that's all bullshit. And then the person that they said they had that bird that they were walking with, that was a Hamite.
Yeah, they got a lot of Hamites out there. I was thinking that too. I'm like, man, I don't get Levi,
Nah.
but they do get Ham out there in Ohio, heavy eating cats for real.
Yeah. So it says Executive Order 10997 allows the government to take over all electrical power, gas, petroleum, fuels, and minerals. And that's why I believe there's also a law where you can't store but so much fuel.
Yup, gasoline, yup.
It says Executive Order 10998 allows the government to take over all food resources and farms. Somebody get that one in 2nd 6, 20, whatever it is, 24. It says the full storehouses.
Right there, 6 verse 24.
Yep, I think it's either 24 or 22.
Let's see.
So-
Yeah, it's 22.
Okay.
You want to read it out?
Yeah, we
Yep. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown."
Right, and that's what the farm. Why? Because they're going to take over. Now, what do? You got to destroy this amount of crops. You got to destroy this amount of of your cattle and all that. Chicken, and what they do, they pay them to do that.
I'm about to say they
You got
farmers
it,
not the farm,
Yeah.
They actually doing it, man. It's all over the internet, man. You got farmers, it's been farming for decades. They actually giving them, millions of dollars not to farm, man.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like say the GMO seed, right? Let's say if you still decide to farm, right? Yeah, for Monsanto, right? They'll ride past your farm and throw the GMO seed in your farm, right? And be like, look, well, this is our property, this is our seed, so we gonna seize this, So that's what these devils is doing.
You got one kernel, if it's on your property, then they can seize your whole property.
Yeah. That's how the devil operates. Good.
The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Why? Because there's not enough stuff coming in to replenish the stuff going out. Right, and then that's going to cause panic buying, which is going to cause the military to step in, martial law, which is going to cause chaos, which is going to cause them to ration food out. And what the hell do you think they're going to be rationing? MREs. You know, that shit with preservatives, that if you eat that shit won't leave your system for 100 years.
Yeah, you be clogged. Yeah, you be clogged like
Yeah.
man, like man, that shit. Man, I used to hate eating that shit because, you know, you be clogged up, man. You out in the field and you can't, you clogged up. You know, that's not a good mix, man.
Nah.
You know, but that shit clog you up, man. There's so many preservatives in it, you can't even digest it right.
Right. Was that it on that, right?
Yeah, that was it.
So jump to 2nd Ezra 15 and 14.
Okay.
It talks about a fearful constellation.
Yeah, I was looking at 17.
You got it?
Yeah,
Okay.
15, and you said 15 and 14.
Yeah. You
Okay.
discussed it on
I'm trying to look for fearful. I got it. Yep, 13.
13.
Yep, this is 2nd Ezra.
I mean, if there's a little bit more before that, or if it's good there,
Yeah, I'm sorry, 13. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 13, it says, "They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fall through the blasting and hail with a fearful constellation."
right? Because that fearful constellation means that they know by looking at the stars, reading the stars, because some of them do that they're not going to have a good crop this year.
Farmers on
They was just saying,
Yep, Amazon,
this
yeah.
year, you know, you can tell by the corn, something formed in the corn, that you can tell the winter is gonna be good or not, you know? So they were saying this winter is gonna be a whole lot of snow. So some places that's actually used to growing, you know, crops in the winter, they might not even get crops.
Yeah, the pumpkins
You know?
and leafy
You
greens.
know, like potatoes and all that, they might not even get it.
What we call it,
cruciferous.
And then like this year, like you know, with the gardening stuff or whatever, right? They doing something with these chemtrails
Yeah.
because everybody is getting like these funny crops, man. You know, everybody's crops is not really growing like that.
Nope.
You know,
Yep.
the shit is growing all crazy, or the plants is dying fast, man.
Insects.
You know, you're right. You got certain insects coming in and fucking eating it. You know,
I was looking at this documentary last night, how the insects are dying off. Like they're killing. They say there are 150 species a day are dying. All right, from the chemicals in the air and all this shit, man. So, hey, man, we live in
It's
some
amazing
treacherous
what that
times.
does to us.
Right. Yeah, we probably we live in some treacherous times right now, man. All right. So, you know, it's something that's.
I was gonna say too, and they said the blasting. I think the blasting is like a cold front. So it's like when you, because when it's like the weather all funny, like the shit'll grow and then out of nowhere a day or two come, it's cold out of nowhere. That be killing. That's not good for the crops, man.
No, that's prophecy. That's what you should feel it and blast it.
Yup.
I'm just gonna add to what I was saying. Like 150 species, they ain't talking about just animals. Talking about plant life,
Yep.
all type of insects, bugs, animals. Like they're killing everything, man. All right, under this rulership. All right. Add that.
Yeah, because like it's an ecosystem.
Yeah.
It says it can also mean the scorching effect of the hot east wind on
Yeah.
plants.
Well, heat.
you know what they've been talking about how they, but this is what is crazy because one week you might have 90-degree weather, then it drop down to the 60.
Yeah, last week it was
So
67.
the weather is all off, you know. It's fucked up, man. You know.
And we had one day, they had that outdoor concert, and it's like every time the clouds came, it got cold outside. Man, people was like, I was looking at people, every time the sun came back out, everybody took their jackets back off. Every time the clouds came, everybody put their jackets back on. And I was looking like these people don't know what's going on. Like they don't see what the fuck is going on. Go ahead, brother.
I got that word blast
Mhm.
just because you looked it up in the Hebrew or
I know. I just went to the common dictionary.
I got in the Atonement, it says cause to wither, blight, prevent from blossoming or maturing.
Right, and that's why it says here that this effect produced upon grain or other plants by the hot east wind which blows from the desert of Arabia. They usually continue to blow for 2 or 3 days at a time. If they occur in the spring near ripening time, the grain is often turned yellow and does not properly mature. You know, so it's like the crops are failing.
Yep.
Then you have the chemtrails. Today we were riding around, and I mean, the skies were littered with it. I'm talking, and they look like communications of demonic chemtrail all over. You know, like somebody was writing up in the heavens.
Yeah, it was like almost like a film covering the stuff. It was like kind of blocking the sun a little. It was like a demonic film in the sky, man. You know,
see the trees turning brown and stuff too.
Yeah.
The leaves.
Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, with earthquake, great noise, with storm, and tempest, right? Because why? Because certain storms or, certain weather can, it can mess up the ground, It says, and with flame of the fiery fire. Like, they was doing something, they was talking about, because this right here, Indiana, the Midwest, we're like known for corn, potatoes. It's a big farming land, So they're trying to stop all the farmers from actually farming this area, man. Because we actually produce most of that stuff for the whole country.
yeah.
Saying that
Produce.
it's more than just corn in Indiana.
Yeah.
That's a saying out here. Like you go around, it's like smoking.
Yeah.
The other saying, like it's a big farming state.
Wineries.
Yeah.
What?
It's one of
There was that empty bottle that got.
Oh yeah.
yeah, Oliver was out
South
here.
Wilmington.
Yeah.
Oliver.
I got this Isaiah 10:1. It said, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." All right, and then so that's what's happening, man. These people are writing all these executive orders. All right, and guess what? Those are geared towards you Israelites, man. They don't really care about the war. Most of people are just cattle sheets of war. All right, but the real war is against you Israelites, man. And that's what they're gonna come down on.
But when you read the Rex 84, after they, when they speak of those laws right there in the Rex 84, they say the first place they come in is Negroes and Latinos live. So all this is, that's why it's called the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Because they target young like that.
That's it.
They want to get rid of you. Like these Venezuelans that done came over here, they about to get judged. They about to be in FEMA camps and shit too, man.
They're just using them to stir up the pot.
And really, they just standing them up. Giving them all this money and food. They about to be led to the slaughter too.
Yes, sir. So it says Executive Order 11,000 allows the government to mobilize civilians into work brigades under governmental
That's
supervision.
slavery.
Dig it.
Where did that come from? Captivity? Jeremiah 15:15. Captivity to captivity.
That's it. He that is, I pray 4 times.
Yeah.
Yep.
The dogs tear, the sword to kill, the father there.
Jeremiah 15:3. It says, "And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear." Start at the top. Yep.
Top, nigga.
Jeremiah 15:1. Then said the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai unto me, though Moses and
It
Samuel
was prophets. They were leaders of Israel. All right, go ahead.
stood before me,
Uh-huh.
yet my mind could not be toward this people.
Right. They pleaded with the Lord for Israel. Both of them. All right. But the Lord said, "Look, my mind can't be towards these people. I don't want to deal with these idiots. Go ahead.
It's up to something.
Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death."
Right there. That's what we said. Thus saith the Lord, man. See, they think when we go out there, negative. No, man. Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead.
"Such as are for death, to death. And such as are for the sword, to the sword. And such as are for the famine, to the famine. And such as are for the captivity, to the captivity."
So you keep on joking, keep on playing, keep on, doing what you're doing, keep on not accepting it, keep on thinking that, your way is the right way. Keep on doing that. When them teeth start biting your ass, you don't know.
It says, "And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, the Great Danes, and 20 otters just attacked a woman too. Was it otters or sea lions?
Oh yeah, the Chinese business. Oh, yeah, that's what we call it. The Chinese woman that was sitting on the ground crying.
Yeah.
Little otters, those look like otters.
Yeah, otters, yeah. It says,
Doberman pinchers.
Oh yeah. Well, he tried.
it says, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. It's a scripture in I think it's 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter, when it speaks about and wild beasts shall change their habitats.
Yeah.
Right. Well, if they're gonna change their habitat, where they gonna go? They're gonna be in the cities.
Yeah.
Like you remember, you saw it was a bear. It was a bear in Lawrence a couple years ago. Lucky it was a black one.
Well, you know, they done already made some animals change their habitat.
Mhm.
You got them in the daily zoo.
Yeah.
Coyotes too, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, remember them wolves ascended on Chicago and was standing in the middle of State Street?
Yeah, I
some years
remember
back?
that. I remember some years back. Yep. Because if you see the shit that they eat, then they ain't far by. We see deers, so they can't be too far away if we see the deers. But it says, that was the point.
Alright, so it says Executive Order 11,001 allows the government to take over all health, education, and welfare functions. Executive Order 11,002 designates the Postmaster General to operate a national registration of all persons. That's your big census. Executive Order 11,003 allows the government to take over all airports and aircraft, including commercial aircraft. Executive Order 11,004 allows the Housing and Finance Authority to relocate communities, build new housing with public funds, designate areas to be abandoned, and establish new locations for populations. Permanent cities, detention centers, all
Yeah.
that.
And they could tell a specific area, look, we need all of y'all to leave
Yeah.
and go wherever, and then bring the military in and stay in your houses.
And that's what
Yeah.
the EPA does. They say, well, this is area is contaminated. Nobody can live here. Everybody get out. Now we take it over.
Okay.
Yep.
You know something.
Right out.
Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which bring us mischief by law?
Right. So you taking these laws and framing mischief. So you think you're gonna continue to rule in doing that? It said.
The word
Is it
mischief,
more?
real quick. You know, you look it up, it gives a bunch of words for it. It says iniquity, labor, mischief, miserable, pain, perverseness, sorrow, toil, travail, trouble, wearisome, wickedness.
Grievousness they describe.
You
That's
know,
always laws.
right? They do it right. Grievousness. So that's what he writing on paper. You know, to basically to subdue you. You know, put you under his thumb, man.
And that's what they want. You know, what they say? A picture of the New World Order is a boot stamping on your head forever,
Yeah.
or on your face forever. Was there more to that?
Oh no, that was it. But remember, the Israelites are the problem. That's on the going. We the problem.
That's like when the government gonna get your ass.
Yeah, all right.
You keep being distracted. Executive Order 11,005 allows the government to take over railroads, inland waterways, and public storage facilities. Right, so that those railways and the public storage facilities, they can take the people that they displaced from their place and put them in there for temporary storage. Executive Order 11,051 specifies the responsibility of the Office of Emergency Planning and gives authorization to put all executive orders into effect in times of increased international tension and economic and financial crisis, which we're at that point now. Executive Order 11,310 grants authority to the Department of Justice to enforce the plans set out in executive orders to institute industrial support, to establish judicial and legislative liaison, to control all aliens,
See,
right?
So they did this thing, they done came to the land of milk and honey.
Control.
Control all aliens to operate penal and correctional institutions and to advise the assistant, to advise and assist the president.
Right, so the aliens, they gonna use them,
To
to
set it
agenda,
off.
Yeah, join the military and the police and stuff, man,
I mean, it goes on and on and on, but y'all got it.
I got this Michael 2 and 1. It said, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. That's what happened, man. They're when they wake up, I'm not reading the whole scripture. It said, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. In the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So the Lord put those things in their head while they're sleeping. All right, when they wake up, they put these things into action, man. All right, because the Lord is controlling all of this, man.
Well, Bill Gates is because there's a precept that the book Proverbs that says they can sleep because they don't call the cost on the wall. But this dude, Bill Gates, said he can't sleep at night knowing there's another virus around the corner. That's what this dumb was saying the other day, man. That's the exact statement. He said, look, I can't sleep unless, you know what I'm saying, because I know there's another virus around the corner.
Yeah, because they made it.
So this dude, like, he can't wait to release this shit, But go ahead, man.
It says they cover fields and take them by violence, houses, and they take them away, so they oppress the man and his house.
See, that's why I say in the book, because then said the wicked be revealed. You see, now you can see, when you read the scriptures and you see the things, you can see who the wicked is, man. You can see who this dude is, man,
And if you can't see it, that means your eyes are blinded. When the God of this world are blinded, the blinded don't be blind.
They do the Chicago Bears. We are who they thought they were. Go ahead, man.
It says, even a man in his heritage.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, starting at 14, points to 16. It says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief. And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
They got to do it.
There goes your word of mischief.
That's all.
Yeah, bring it up.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, let us oppress the poor man, and let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice.
So like the boss said, the picture of you were orders of food on somebody's face, man. And guess what? It's on the poor, 'Cause that's who they oppress. They already got everything. But it says they got more than that heart can worship. They got everything, man. They got the world at their hands, man.
With the desire of his tail, so it's never enough.
But I mean, shit, what morals do you want, man? What morals do you actually want? Go ahead.
It says, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
And that's how you know this dude naturally keeps a servant, because he don't know what to do with power.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
He don't know what the hell to do with power, man, but just oppress people.
And he's running out of vile conduct. He's looking like he's like, okay, we destroyed men, we destroyed women, we turned men into punks, we turned women into muff munchers. Now we destroyed the youth. The youth is hypersexualized. We destroyed they just steady looking for shit to destroy. They get bored. They get bored when there's some kind of normalcy. If it's not vile, they don't want it.
Nah, because they're the vile man.
Mm-hmm.
They were created to people. So if they done did everything that they possibly can, it'd be like Punksville, man.
Yeah.
So they really trying to come up with more sinister acts, man. All right, so they're really concentrating on how to be more sinister,
Yeah.
how to bring you even lower. All right, how to oppress you and make you even less than what you think you are, man. They're degenerate, man. Yeah.
You can't rest them if they done some evil.
Yeah.
It's the book of Psalms,
Where
chapter.
the scripture go? He that is.
Oh, he did it to himself. That's what
That's
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 36, verse 3. It says, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit.
And that goes hand in hand with the legislation. If they speak the sweet words, right? But really in their heart is war. Right?
He hath left off to be wise and to do good.
Because they got the Bible. That's what the Lord said unto the wicked. The Lord said, what has that to do to declare my statutes? That should have taken my covenant in their mouth, saying now his instructions and casting my words behind me. Right?
He despiseth mischief upon his bed. He sitteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil.
Right. He doesn't avoid evil. Now, what did, but remember, Job is an Edom.
Right.
But Job eschewed evil.
Mhm.
I mean, he avoided it at all costs. So how the hell did he be Edom?
That was it.
Madness.
I got something. Oh.
Bring it out.
It's Ecclesiastes, Sirach 14:5. It said, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Yeah, the president's son made videos of this nigga smoking crack on the internet.
This shit is
This
crazy.
is the president's son, nigga. Now how can you do us any good when you raise a crack kid?
For the prostitute.
And he was doing that shit proudly. And playing the shit in the background.
Ounces of crack. No 8 ball.
All right, go ahead, bro.
You can read verse 7 on that.
Good. You know what's so crazy about that, right? The funny shit, his father locked up Jakes past that bill, right? To lock up Jakes for crack.
Mm-hmm.
And his son is roaming the country,
Cracked out.
crack out, smoking crack, man.
This is up back at
A lot of it.
And the woman is still free.
That's still free.
Still walking around.
This
Where's his third strike?
He was only getting 30 strikes in the 80 days, locking your ass up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got a piece of crack this big? All right, 20 years. 10 years for one crack. You know? $10 crack rock. They would say, look, the railroad
And they're the ones that put that shit in the community.
Right.
shows how to cook that shit.
Yeah.
All right, this is back in Sirach 14:5. It said, he that is evil unto himself, whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. This is none worse than he that envieth himself.
That goes into what the other one says. He will not take pleasure in his good. So here you have everything, and that's not enough. You need more, and you need like the other my spouse wants to do, you know, fuck up other people's stuff, you know, take their stuff. But here it is, you have plenty of it, you know. Go ahead.
And this is a recompense of his wickedness.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doeth good,
This is the point right here. I love this point every single time. Go ahead.
he doeth unwillingly.
See, so even if you do good, even if you do have, you know, some sanction of it, you doing something that's noble and just, it says you do it unwillingly. So you didn't even mean to do it. So you're doing good by accident, you know? Read that over the whole shot.
It said, and if he doeth good,
Uh-huh.
he doeth it unwillingly.
Yeah, man, you do it unwillingly, man. You accidentally do good. And then when you do accidentally do good, you're trying to figure some type of way to circle the block. You're like, damn, you know, what way can we fuck this up? Go ahead.
And at the last, he will declare his wickedness.
Yeah, see, at the last you declare your wickedness, man, you know? And then it goes perfectly with what I got right now. I think anybody else, if I could.
No, go ahead.
This is Job chapter 20 and verse 12. It says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it, he forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. See, so, you know, you have a deceitful tongue where wickedness is like, it's almost like like Ayash was bringing out. He said, man, you know,
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet. You know, it's
Yeah.
something that's you know, something sweet is something that's kind of addictive. You know, it's a sweet thing can be addictive. And Ayash brought up how what was it? Bill Gates. They can't go to sleep knowing that there's a virus around. You know, that's how you Edomites operate. Y'all know that if things are too peaceful, if things are too how can I say too calm, y'all have to do something to disrupt it. You know, And I think there's a, I want to say a virus is like that, but I forgot it was an organism that's like that. It's where things are going too smoothly, it has to go in and fuck shit up. I forgot exactly what it's called.
Parasite.
It's some type, I forgot it was a parasite or a virus. But
I know what it's called, Amalek.
Amalek, right.
That's him. He want to corrupt.
Right, he want to corrupt it, man. You know, that's why the book
I got
of
something to that.
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm trying to get it right. This is Sirach 39 and 26. It says the principal things.
That's why I was just gonna quote.
The principal things for the use of man's life are water, fire, on salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grapes, oil and clothing, which all those are good things, right? You need those for life.
Or the principle
Right.
of space.
Okay, you need all those things to flourish in life. It says all these things are for the good to the godly. It says what to the godly. It says so to the sinners they are turned into evil. See? That's why this dude don't need power. If he takes something that's good, all right, and he turn it upside down, man, he fucking corrupt it.
One to them they call evil good and good evil.
He's not using his power for good, man. Look what he's doing to the food. He's doing for air, the water.
They use the good that are accustomed to believe.
Yeah.
Because it mentioned wine, it mentioned the blood of the grape. You can't even drink most wine, man.
And you say,
Hey, this motherfucker, man. I'm sorry. This motherfucker, man. Some, you know, like he'll like send like go to a land that's impoverished and disease like cholera and all those diseases where people impoverished people. All right, this motherfucker will send doctors and scientists over there to say they're gonna help the people. Then they'll at first it'll look good. They'll start helping them, and they'll be like, yeah, and they'll bring food, and then after a while they'll start using experimental vaccines on them, and then 9, 10, 11 children die, and then you got the whole village trying to trying to kill these fucking devils.
Everybody got AIDS.
Yep.
Everybody got fucking AIDS in the village, man.
Yep.
This is Proverbs 12 and 10. It says, "A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel."
that means that they have no mercy.
No mercy, man.
So that's why you should have a judgment without mercy that show no mercy. You know, hey, as you have done, it shall be done to you double. You don't have a compassionate bone in your spirit. So the Lord's going to use that against you.
The brother Kaya did a video talking about how they had grouped certain Edomites and how they showed them certain scenes and certain images. It says, and it's like their brain waves were like if they were looking at a blank screen. They don't have compassion, especially on Jake. And they showed them how Jake was messed up in the condition we're in. They just looked at it like, you know how Esau walked by and he do that straight line face and he nod head. That's basically how they look at Jake. They don't have a compassionate bone in their body.
No. Because pretty much, remember, the Constitution says that Jake is 3/5 of a man.
Right.
So they don't regard Jake as being, anyone that deserves. They look at Jake as pretty much like beasts or animals,
Right.
which a lot of them are today. A lot of them are the Tyrone, your Pookie, Ray Rays, and your Keishas and Big Shirleys, They like that because they've been conditioned that way by the media, by their mothers, by their kin.
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way the wicked seduces him.
That's it. And you see that, and like their movie, like Elder Apostle Bakar says, their movie they cloned Tyrone, that wasn't a movie, that was a documentary.
It's good too.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it.
Got it.
And there was a documentary because they showed you exactly, how they conditioned Jake and what they used to condition Jake. But then they'll turn around and go to the father and say, you see your people see what they're doing?
Right.
Yeah, but you didn't want to put the bottle to their mouth.
Yeah, they had a lab under the damn hood, under the ghetto.
Yeah.
For the concocting shit.
Yep.
Remember
Remember
that?
that the Edomite looking dude with the afro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had that across the country. It was in Chicago, LA.
And it was, what was it in? the chicken,
Yep, the chicken,
the
hair products.
grape drink,
The grape drink, yeah.
the hair products with these kooky ass women.
To show you who the Israelite, the scripture say all these curses shall what shall cleave unto you.
Yeah.
So it's everywhere. Wherever Jake is at, man.
Hey, remember that one chick that was sitting at the salon getting her hair did, and then she was speaking about how she was financially strapped and how
Yeah.
things are going bad,
Yep.
but then all of a sudden when they put that shit in her hair,
She started
Oh,
getting
yeah,
she
pacified.
started saying, "Well, I guess it ain't so bad."
Right, yeah,
No,
yeah, she started getting pacified.
Tyrone,
Yeah.
they call him Tyrone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things ain't so bad. I just gotta just deal with it, something like that.
Yeah, she started getting pacified.
Yeah.
It's like how when they ate the chicken, they were just laughing, having a good time. And Jamie Foxx seen it and looked at it and he started like,
But there's
whoa.
the average Jake, because Jake think everything is funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Ashton.
Yeah, I'm not on that one no more. I'm trying to find another one.
Just wondering.
What you doing?
Yeah, that's pretty much it on that. I mean, I got other stuff here, but that's I'd probably say that for
Well, I have one that you quoted.
Bring it out.
Yeah, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 20. It says, "Woe to them that call evil good and good evil,
Mhm.
that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter."
Yeah, and that's what Esau does, and he makes you think that the evil and the bitter is really good. Bitter is good for you, but I'm saying like they're making it seem like the evil is really good for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they'll push that Mo lifestyle,
Yeah.
the pronoun lifestyle, the alphabet people lifestyle. And then if you don't get down with it, you want to do that, go ahead, do what you gotta do. The Lord's gonna destroy you. But then they'll make you got to accept it.
Right. And if you don't, you're the weird one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They make laws that if you say it's something against it, you can get prison time
Right.
or jail time. All right, for speaking against it, man.
That shit's crazy.
It's called an act of violence.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. I
A
thought you
hate
had-
crime, so to
Yeah,
speak.
hate crime. I thought you had freedom of speech.
Right.
But they could say something about, heterosexual couples, and then nothing will happen to them.
Or they can teach it to your kids.
Yeah.
Against your own will.
Right, exactly.
I don't want my kids learn about that, and they still teach it to your kids.
Terrible.
Showing you your kids don't fucking belong to you in this society.
Look at this is Sirach chapter 34 and verse 4. It says, "Of an unclean thing what can be cleansed, and from that thing which is false, what truth can come." So if it's meant to be unclean, it's meant for a purpose. You can't go to a trash can and expect a gourmet meal.
Right.
It's meant to have a purpose. So from Esau, which it says he's the devil, he's trickery and lies. Why are you expecting truth and honestness and sincerity coming from a person like that?
Right.
You're deceiving your own self. You're putting your own self in the trick there.
So good they can keep it things
I
straight.
got that right there.
That's what the scripture says. We are not ignorant to say. No, that's not it. It does have device in it, but
That too. We ain't ignorant to it.
yeah, we're not ignorant. Matter of fact, that is it.
Yeah.
If you look up the word device, we're not ignorant to Satan devices. If you look up the word devices, it goes into the inner being, the inner workings of a being. So we're not ignorant of how this man operates, how this man works. We're privy to it.
Yeah.
We see something, we're like, this is Esau. I know he do because it's something he would do.
But that's us. You would think that as the serpent done bit you 20 times,
Right.
like you wouldn't stick your hand
Right.
back out there for the motherfucker to bite you the 21st time.
That's what we know these people insane.
Who more pretty a charmer that gets bit by a snake?
Right.
You be playing with the snake, so what you expect?
You know it's a snake.
Yeah.
That's why you people are stricken with insanity.
You know I was a
Excuse
snake.
me, I'm gonna give him one more chance.
He's not that bad.
Terrible.
I got one too after you.
Yep, it's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 13. It says, "Consider the works of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, who can make that straight which he had made crooked."
Can the leopard change his spots?
I'm ready to hold it.
Bring it out, bring it out.
This is Jeremiah 13 and 23. It said, "Can an Ethiopian change his skin?
Nope.
Or the leopard his spots? Then may he also do good that are accustomed to do evil."
God. Yeah. So Ethiopian, we know they dark, really heavy, dark skinned people. And the thing about a leopard is if you shave the leopard's fur off, its spots are embedded in its skin. So both situations, this is impossible. You know? So what was the end part of that? Oh,
It said, then may he also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Yeah, man, accustomed is something that's created for. You know, so you're accustomed to do this thing. It's unheard of that thing doing good. You know.
Yeah,
So
and then when you're accustomed to something, it means it's something that you do repetitive, so you're used to it.
Yep.
You got it.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So this man, we understand this man was created to play a certain role on the planet Earth, and he's doing just that. You know, that's why at a certain point in his truth, you actually don't even get mad at him no more. You know, you kind of understand, like, hey, listen, he's doing his job. You know.
Well, he's the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction.
God,
They were created to be that way. So if they're vessels of wrath and they were made that way, they're not gonna do the right thing.
The wicked out straight from the womb. They be born.
Mhm.
You know?
Go.
First smack on that ass, that baby cry was alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna get right to the point on this. Job 30:8. They were children of fools, yea, children of base man. They were viler than the earth.
They were violent in the earth. They're a bunch of fools.
Yep.
That's why it says folly is set in great dignity.
The rich sit in the low place.
Yep.
Yeah, the wild man, so what we call liberty.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are vile, they're the foolish, but then they're acting like as if they're the ones that are liberal and they're the ones that are righteous, but they're not.
Pious.
Anybody got anything else? Any closing words, any closing precepts? All right, so with that, we'd like to, give all thanks to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kakodash. Pray that your brothers and few sisters have been edified. To the next time we say, Shalom. You need that, brother. All the way on top. Hit the button. There you go.
Look at you count.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
easy. Can you hit that blue?
Ooh.